One of the most annoying parts about being a veterinarian is that you can't actually enjoy those wholesome animal content videos anymore. You know the ones I'm talking about, those videos with like the dog or the cow, where at the end of it you're like, wow, faith in humanity restored, and it talks about this amazing journey that they had, those videos. Because I always see it through the scope of a veterinarian. The reason I know this is because my auntie showed me a video a few days ago about a cow that literally had her bawling in tears, like she was crying. And I was just there sitting like, there are plot holes. Like there are plot holes in this story. I'm going to tell you guys the story now. By the way, if you are one of those people that loves those wholesome stories, then maybe don't watch this video because I might just sort of ruin it for you. But I mean, let's see. So basically, the video that she showed me was about this cow. It was a dairy cow that was now being sent to slaughter because it was too old, it wasn't producing enough milk. Now with dairy cattle, their calves are always taken away from them the moment that the calves are born, because the farmers want the cows to produce milk for the farmers. So they don't allow the calves to suckle from the mother. So this mother had her calf taken away from her every single year. And she was now being sent to the abattoir, but she was found to be pregnant. So pregnant cattle can't be slaughtered at the abattoir if they're late-term pregnancy. They have to be allowed to have their calves. So this cow was now taken to a sanctuary where she was taken care of by these people at the sanctuary. Now the story basically revolves around how she didn't trust humans at all. Humans always took her baby from her. She hated humans, and how now she was learning to trust these people at the sanctuary. And now at the sanctuary, she's about to give birth to her baby. Then she does give birth to her baby. But as she gives birth to her baby, she becomes paralyzed. Like she's just sitting down on the floor, and the story tells us about how she had no trust in people, but now she's finally starting to trust her handler. And the reason they know this is because she starts licking the handler's face. So the video is of this cow, the little calf, and the handler, and how the cow is now licking the handler's face, but the cow is sitting down. It can't stand up. And the narrator in this story basically tells us that she now trusts people again. You know, she knows something might happen to her, so she's now telling this guy at the sanctuary that she trusts him. She's telling him to take care of her calf. Her calf was always taken away from her. She had no trust in people, but now she finally trusts this guy to take care of her calf. And presumably the cow knows she's going to die, because the next day the cow dies. And then this guy at the sanctuary ends up taking care of the calf. And the calf does great. And then my auntie starts crying. She's like, oh my God, wow, the cow finally trusted again. It actually gave its calf to a human because she trusted the human so much. And I'm just listening to this and I'm like, firstly, this cow, after getting a calf, can't stand up. Is that not weird to anyone? Like, why is it not standing up, right? Then you start to think about the situations this cow was in. It's a dairy cow. It's had more than 3 to 4 to 5 pregnancies. Dairy cattle are prone to a condition called milk fever, which is basically hypocalcemia, meaning that their body is low on calcium. Now, calcium is what cattle use to produce milk. And when they give birth, their body starts producing milk in overdrive, which takes up a lot of the calcium in the body, and the cow can't replace that fast enough. So often when they give birth, they end up going through this state of hypocalcemia, which can cause them to become paralyzed, and which can also cause them to lick. Because when cows lick, it's a condition called pica, or pica chewing. They bite weird or inanimate objects because they have mineral deficiencies. So she was very likely paralyzed because she didn't have enough calcium going through her body. And the reason she was licking this guy was not that she was trying to tell him to take care of her calf or telling him that she trusted him. She literally was trying to get nutrients because her body is producing milk and she doesn't have the nutrients to sustain herself. And one of the complications of hypocalcemia is that they die, because calcium is required for the heart muscle to function. So they can actually have a heart attack if they have such a low level of calcium in their body. And that's the only way I saw this. I looked at this and I was like, you know what? If you people call the vet out to actually look at this animal, instead of recording a video to put on Instagram, which by the way got 5 million likes, this cow very well may have actually survived. And yeah, my auntie was crying, so I didn't want to ruin it for her. I was like, yes, you know what? Faith in humanity restored. Humans are doing great things. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, could have saved it with some calcium. I'm just saying.